I know I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Ovar Catamaran was a dual purpose airspeeder that saw heavy use during the Battle of Kashyyyk. A lot of the info is the same stats wise as the Canon version, so I'll only add in what is different from Canon. Each craft cost about 12,125 credits new and 2,700 used. Unlike in Canon, in Legends, it's confirmed that the Catamaran works in water, as I suspected, and it hits 370 kilometers an hour in speed there and a faster 420 kilometers an hour, nice in the air. They could also carry 50 kilograms of cargo and 3 days of consumables. Now, if this video happens to go up before the Legends version, one, apologies. Two, in that video, I'll go over the stats that are available on this. But if you really can't wait, all the information for this came off the Star Wars wiki. So if you really can't wait, you can go there or leave me a comment and I can get it for you. Likelihood is with two videos on the same craft, one being Legends and one being Canon, they'll probably go up pretty close to each other, if not the same day, either a day apart or at most a week apart, as long as things go as planned. So, but if for whatever reason you want the stats and the Canon video is not out, leave me a comment and I can get them for you, or go to the Star Wars wiki, which is where I sourced the information for this, and they're there. So, appreciate your patience. Anyway, the Catamaran was named for the ovar, a predatory marine reptile native to Kashyyyk, much like in Canon. It was also quick and agile and used twin repulsor lifts and pod racer style engines. A pair of rudders at the end of each hull allowed for steering in both air and water, because Star Wars logic. No mention of elevators, ailerons, flaps, or any of that. Although I'm pretty sure repulsor lifts have the ability to do some of that for them, so we might be okay. Anyway, it wasn't designed for combat, but it was pressed into military service when the Confederacy of Independent Systems invaded Kashyyyk. You're waiting for me to put in that meme line, aren't you? Yeah, it's not going to happen. The craft, while very good, had some weaknesses, like no armor and no heavy weapons. During the battle, the primary weapons were the passengers' own bowcasters or blaster cannons, which could be used on a small pintle mount retrofitted onto the craft to stabilize them. They were also employed to repel the Imperial invasion forces in the years following the Clone Wars. They had been retrofitted with missile launchers and repeating blaster cannons for that conflict following the end of the Clone Wars, so presumably they were slightly more effective. But considering the Empire pretty much already had a foothold in Kashyyyk because of the Empire being the reorganized republic, and there being a quite large force of Republic troops on Kashyyyk, I suspect there probably wasn't a ton of resistance that the Wookiees could offer. Still, it is there in the wiki, and admittedly, missile launchers and repeating blaster cannons, along with a bunch of angry Wookiees. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be going down into that at all.